Hello everybody and welcome to my very first Flosstube. My name is Alana. I am Mrs. Smith Stitches on Instagram and now on YouTube as well. I've been thinking about doing a Flosstube for probably about a year now, and I thought I'm just gonna jump in and do it. So hopefully this will be interesting to everybody, and hopefully I'll be able to get it edited and up on YouTube without too much of a hitch anyway. So a little about myself. I live in Ontario, Canada, just outside our nation's capital of Ottawa. We did have a fluke ice storm this weekend, so that was lovely, our Easter weekend. And we now have a very flooded basement. Thankfully, insurance is going to cover that for us, but still quite a mess for us to have to deal with. Happy Easter to us. So I live here with my husband, Sean. We have 4 grown children, 1 sweet grandbaby who's about 8 months old, and 1 little grandbaby on the way, which is super, super exciting, due in September. So stay tuned for lots of baby stitching to come. I thought I would just start out with a WIP Parade. That seems to be how everybody sort of starts their YouTube. I went through all of my current WIPs. I have 20, which I didn't think was too bad. I was actually expecting to have a lot more than that. So some of them are very, very old. I started stitching when I was 16. I am 47 now. So it's been a while. Stitching has certainly changed a lot over all of those years. I kind of rediscovered stitching over the pandemic, like many people did. I actually stumbled across Flosstube completely by accident, fluke. The first Flosstube I found was actually Shiloh, who is X-Stitch MD here on YouTube. And I was like, oh my goodness, everything's so different. The patterns are so different. And so there's so many. Like, I remember just buying cross-stitch kits at like Michael's or Lewis Craft or something like that. And so I just sort of dove down that rabbit hole pretty quickly. And all of a sudden I was placing massive orders from absolutely everywhere. And now I have a huge collection of unfinished projects that I am working very hard to try to finish this year. Probably not this year. That's just not true. Eventually they will all hopefully become a finished project. So I thought I'd just sort of jump right in and show you my WIPs and what I've been currently working on, a few that are older. And that's me. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the very first, I have notes over here. That's why I'm looking over here. I didn't think I'd remember everything, so I'm going to look at my notes. So the first WIP in my WIP Parade is actually probably the oldest one I have. So it is a Bucilla kit, and honest to goodness, it's probably from like 1990. Who knows? Honestly, couldn't tell you where I bought it. Couldn't tell you how long I've had it. And it is this cute little ornament kit. It's called Let It Snow. And I think it has a set of 10 ornaments. So I decided, sorry, it's a little glary. I decided this year that I was going to stitch one for each of the adults in the family. So we have 4 grown kids, 4 spouses, and I don't know if I'll stitch one for me and my husband, but I'm going to try to stitch at least 8. So I decided that that was going to be a goal of mine this year. We shall see. But here I am so far. I have 2.5. I haven't done any of the back stitching. There's a lot of back stitching. And so I have 2 and a bit done. I don't know if I'll try to see how well. Sorry, new to this. Not sure how well this is going to show up. But here they are. They're super, super cute. And I am just using its 14 count Aida that came with the kit, and all of the called for flosses that came with the kit. I haven't made any changes, not planning on making any changes, and I'm going to finish them as the kit instructs, which is just with a felt backing, and that's all it is. See if I can get that a little closer for you guys. So yeah, I'm not planning on making any changes to that, and I'm hoping to get those done for Christmas this year, 2023. We shall see if that happens. And so here we go, my bag of everything. I'll try to keep this as like contained as humanly possible. As you can see, I do not use project bags yet. I just use Ziploc bags. I haven't really gotten into the project bags. I would like to make some. I'm not a very good sewer, to be frank. It's not my strong suit. I've never done a zipper. I don't know if I can. I know there's some great tutorials out there. I know Elizabeth Ann can stitch. I've watched her tutorial a few times, but I have not jumped into actually attempting to make anything. So my next WIPs are 3. They're all Stitching with Housewives, and they are all the same, within the same set. So they are the month to months. So this is January. Hopefully you can see that. And this is my progress so far on this. It's very cute. They're very, very fun to stitch. I am stitching these on 14 count whiteboard, I believe it's called, by Fabric Flair, just Ada, with the DMC like conversion that they have. I think they call for Classic Colorworks. I rarely stitch with the fancier flosses. Honestly, they're pretty expensive in Canada, to be frank. And I stitch a bit on a budget. Not that you can tell by the, 800 tons of WIPs that I have going here, but I do try. And so I generally will do a DMC conversion, or I will, see if I can make it stitch just what I have with my flosses here. So I'm stitching them all exactly the same. The next one I have is the November one. They're so cute. I love them. And I bought the little barn to finish them. There was a Hobby Lobby barn that I picked up in the fall. I don't have it here to show you, but if I ever get one all the way finished, I will show you a fully finished piece. And there's where I am in November. Part of where I struggle is I really like to stitch in the months. So I only stitch November in November. I only stitch January in January, and I never managed to get it all the way finished because I have so many other pieces and other things happen and blah, blah, blah. So I do feel like I need to get a little bit out of that and start stitching more, like either to finish it no matter what month it is, or, stitch fall in April. It doesn't really matter. But I very, very much like to stitch in the season that I'm in. So fall, I do in the fall, summer in the summer, that kind of stuff. So I end up with a lot of stuff that I didn't finish because it's like, oh, it's not fall. I can't stitch November in April. I can, I just don't. And the last one that I have here is September. I love September. And I think this is the first one that I started. I did not get very far, but this is the first one that I started. And here you go. So here is my progress on September. They're so cute. I love this fabric. I love Fabric Flair fabric. I just find it so easy to work with. It's just so lovely. I love the barn board look. I thought that was so cute. I did see that was not my idea. I saw that on Facebook. Stitching with the Housewives has a Facebook page, and I saw someone else had done that, and I loved it. So off to 1, 2, 3 stitch I went and ordered it right away. So it wasn't my idea, but I think it turned out super, super cute. The next WIP on my list, here we go. This is Country Cottage Needleworks. It's the Snow Sampler. I don't know how well that is going to pick up the white. It might be better if I do it on this side. It is super, super cute. I ordered it. I saw someone do it off Instagram. I don't remember who. And I ordered it with all of the called for. There's only one fancy floss I did order it. It's the green. I haven't worked with it yet, and I don't remember what it is. It is Baby Spinach. And I did order the called for fabric for this, which was 13 count raw silver Belfast linen. It's a bit of a challenge to work with. It has like it's showing up really nice on camera. So it's pretty. It's super, super pretty. But in person, in certain lights, I can't get it. Like the white doesn't show at all. It's showing up really nicely here. So hopefully that translates when I can actually post this video. It's super cute. It's a super cute pattern, but I'm not sure about the linen. I just am not sure how well it's going to show up when it's actually fully finished. But I'm going to truck along and see. I probably won't work on it again now until whenever it snows again. Hopefully not for a while. We do get snow. I hope not. I'm done with snow. We've had snow in May before, so let's hope. Let's hope we don't. So yeah, so that is, I've not already lost track of where I am for my WIPs. What WIP is this? That is WIP number 5. So here we go. Sorry for all the crumbling. I'm trying to keep it all together. Alrighty, so the next one we have is Hands-On Design. Let's Talk Winter. Super, super cute. I have finished the Let's Talk Autumn. I haven't fully finished it, but I did actually finish it. These are super cute. I'm stitching them on 20 count chalkboard Ada with all the DMC. They're all called for DMC. And here we have my progress. I did pretty good. I love the look of the chalkboard. I just think it's super cute. It's like when I used to stitch back and everything was just white Ada or maybe cream Ada and that was it. And it was so exciting to see all of these different colors and blues and blacks and like all the variegation and everything in the threads. It's so exciting. And so I'm really enjoying working on that. Sorry, I didn't even take it out of the hoop or anything. I did try to iron some of them though. I'm showing these in absolutely no particular order. It's just literally how they are sitting on my table. That's it. I didn't get fancy. And I'm very bad. I feel like I should get like a book of days. I know everybody has those and they seem like they'd be great. I don't think I'd be very good at keeping up with it. But like most of the time, I don't know what I'm stitching on. I don't know if it's the called for. I don't know when I started it. So I feel like I should do a better job of keeping track when I started, how long it took me, when I finished, that kind of stuff. But I'm really bad for that, so I don't. This is number 7. So it's the Drawn Thread, the Winter Garden. And it's beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how close I can get. I hope when I come to look at this later, it actually shows. I actually started this as a Sal with Kim Lewis, who is on Instagram, a friend of mine that I met through this lovely world of cross stitch. We started as a Sal and Kim is such a sweetheart and she finished hers like on time, like lovely, beautiful, beautiful job. And I didn't. I got to the house and that was about it. And I did stitch it on the call for linen, which is, let me check. What have I got here? It is 32 count Smoky Pearl Belfast. So I'm stitching 2 over 2. And it did call for silks. And I have never in my life stitched with silks. I would love to try something, but I did my own DMC conversion on this. I matched it. I kind of went online and just searched, like, I think they were all dinky dyes. And I just sort of searched the closest that I could get to that. Let me see if I can show you this. It is beautiful. It has all kinds of neat different stitches like that I have never done. I've only ever been a cross stitcher. So just plain old crosses, X's, that's it. And this has all kinds of really neat, I don't know how close I can get, if you guys can still see that. Super fun, beautiful, beautiful piece. Kim's is finished and absolutely gorgeous. And mine is nowhere near finished. So, but I had loved working on it. And I hope to get back to that when the snow falls again. I didn't work at it at all this year. That was from last year and I haven't touched it. So I really need to work on less whips, more stitching, less shopping, more stitching is what I need to work on. And here, my next one here is going to be Shannon Christine Designs and it's Thankful. Super, super cute. I love her. I love her stitches. They're just so cute and festive, you know what I mean? Like they're just so sweet. And this is called, I have no idea what I'm stitching this on. I want to say it's a 28 count. It's 2 over 2, called for DMC. It's adorable. I really need to finish it. It's so cute. I would love to have this downstairs on my like hall table for this fall. Her stuff is fun to stitch. It's just so cute. The fabric is very stiff. I don't know where I got it from. I do not have an LNS near me at all. Ottawa used to be a beautiful store called the Cross Stitch Cupboard and it was fantastic and it closed many, many, many years ago. My closest LNS is actually Hobby House Needleworks, which is super exciting, except it's 3.5 hours away and I have never been. So I would love to get there. I'm actually super close to the American-Canadian border. But it is still about 3.5 hours from my house to there. I'm about 20 minutes from the border here. So I'd like to make a trip. I had wanted to make a trip in the fall and it just sort of had never worked out. And in the winter, it's too dicey. I work in healthcare and to be frank, time off is scarce and it just, it either never worked out, I didn't have the right day, the weather was yucky. I don't know if I want to go and try to do a overnight, like just spend one night in a hotel to make it worth it. Because if I go all the way there, then I kind of want to like go to Target and Hobby Lobby and, you know, all the fun, all the fun American stores that we don't have here. And I feel like I need a whole day at Hobby House. So I'm hoping in this summer I'll be able to go. But we shall see. I would love to. I have ordered from them online. Their stuff is beautiful, but I would really love to go in person. That is sort of that is my hope for the summer. We'll see if it happens. All right, where are we? I've lost track already. Look at me. Number 9 is beautiful Blackbird designs, Strawberry Fields Forever. Let me see. I don't think I'm doing this well. Beautiful, classic. So many people have stitched this. I love it. I am stitching it with the DMC conversion in the called for fabric, which was Weeks Confederate Gray 32 count. I have to hold it the right way. That will be better. Sorry, we're falling down. It's cute. It actually came out smaller than I thought. And I know that if I just sat with it for a little bit, I would be able to get it done. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And it's super fun to stitch on. But I started it probably the summer of 2021, and I don't think I've picked it up since. So I would really love to get some stitches in on that for sure. There's just so much to stitch and so very little time to do all of that stitching, as is the case for all of us, right? So hopefully I get back to that. I am doing WIP Go this year, and I've never done that, and I was super excited to do that. And that's actually helping me like pull some pieces that haven't been in my rotation for quite a while. And I set up my board really simple. It was basically like 5 days on anything that gets pulled. That's all. I'm not trying to I don't really count my stitches. I don't use Pattern Keeper, so I'm not trying to do a certain number of stitches or a page finish or anything. I'm just getting 5 days. And if it's only half an hour one day, it still counts. I decided to try to keep it really simple because honestly, if there's too many rows, I'm probably just not gonna, I'm gonna forget about it. I'll just be like, no, don't wanna do that. So that has been helping me pull out some of the older WIPs that I haven't really done a lot of time on, or I kind of forgot about. I have like a drawer in my craft room that they just sort of end up in. And if I don't see them, I don't think about them. So, and then all of a sudden I forget I have them. Like even just pulling out my WIPs for this, like to do my Flosstube. I'm like pulling them out and I was like, oh, I forgot about that one. Like the Thankful Shannon, I forgot all about it. I'm like, it's so cute. Why am I not stitching on it? But I just forgot. I forgot it existed. So the WIP Go has been wonderful. Long story short, WIP Go has been great. I'm really, really enjoying it. And so far I've managed to keep up, which is lovely. So next WIP I've got is probably my favorite one, and it is And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor. This was my New Year, New Start last year. So 2022, it is beautiful. It is just, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm considering doing, and they do like Mania for May. I've never been very good at that. It's too much, it's too stressful. But I think the Stitching Mommy, Sarah, the Stitching Mommy does like Monogamous May, or Mirabilia May maybe, and she only works on one piece. And I'm really thinking of doing that with this. It's already been pulled for WIP Go for me once. So I got 5 days on it and I love it. I love it. And I think I might try to take May and see if I can knock out a good chunk of it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold up this whole thing. Hang on. Sorry. Excuse me. Technical difficulties. Here's where I'm at. I have to sort of go back here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. And I don't know why, but when I started it weird and it's super close to the top. I'm a little stressed about getting it framed. So I know I can attach some extra linen to it. I have a bunch at the bottom. This is the bottom here. So it's finished. Like I have more to go over on this far side. But it feels really close to the top and I'm a little stressed about it. It is beautiful. It is so fun to stitch, and the little trees, the little like motifs go really, really quickly. It has 8 bazillion colors though, quite literally. I don't think I've ever owned so many colors in my life of DMC. I am doing DMC. It's called for DMC. And I just love it. I may see if I get it closer. It's so pretty. And I am stitching it. Sorry, I'm not telling anybody what I'm stitching this on. I have not done well. I am stitching this on 32 count. It is a fabric flare fabric, but I don't remember the name. It's an even weave. It's a 36 even weave. So I'm stitching 1/1. No, 1/2, sorry. I love fabric flare for that. I can get even weaves in the much smaller counts. And they're so soft. They're so nice. So nice. Sorry, I think I did a whole bunch and never told you what I was stitching them on. Sorry, I'm new. These are all, this is the DMC. This is my lovely, look at me. This is all, I had to put it into packages of its own numbers. That's how much DMC is required. Like this is all like the 400s that I need. It's like carrying this around with me. Like this is not a travel project. It just doesn't go very well. I think, let me see if I can get it in. So I think this is, I don't want to show you anything, but this is the list of all the DMC I had to collect. You should see me and Michael's trying to collect all of these. I didn't even look in my stash. I was like, forget it. I'm just buying everything. I'm not even going to try to see what I have. Oh, I do know what I have. It is Fabric Flare 36 count ivory. I stuck the sticker. I don't want to show you that. I stuck the sticker up there. So I knew. So I would know what I stitched it on. Beautiful fabric. Beautiful pattern. It's so nice. And it's one of those when you get into it, you kind of don't want to put it down, even though I'm like, I need to move on to something else, or I want to move on, or I'm doing a sal, or I'm doing something. It's like the one that I don't ever quite want to put down. So I'm thinking in May that I'm just going to be like, that's all I'm stitching on. Like I'll do my WIP Go numbers, but I don't think I'll try to stitch on anything else for the month of May and see how far I can get. We'll see. I've always got plans, but they don't always quite pan out. I've absolutely lost track of what number I'm at. Sorry. The next, I'm not very good at this. The next WIP that I have is Plum City Stampers. This is the day. Beautiful. So many people stitching this. This was a sal with Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. I don't remember the hashtag. And if I figure out how, I will put it at the bottom. I know there's a way. I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to have to give myself a little like tutorial on how to add things. I have no idea how to do that. If I can insert pictures, I will. Who knows? I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. My husband is out there cutting down trees because we lost a bunch of trees with the ice storm, and my dog really would like to be out there with him. And she's not great with that kind of stuff. She'll like try to eat the chainsaw. She's not good at that. So sorry if you can hear the dog barking. So this is where I am with this. I am stitching this on, I want to say 40 count. Wait, I may have written it down. Did I? I did. Sometimes I keep the little stickers and I stick them up on the inside. So this is, I can't read it, 40 count platinum. There we go. So cute. I am doing the DMC on this one. I really hemmed and hawed about getting the overdyes because it looks really pretty, especially the roof. I find some of the bigger pieces, like when it is all variegated, it looks so nice with those. But the only way for me to I have to order everything online, and I do. It takes a really long time to get to me. I either have to order it I do have an American P.O. box because I am so close to the border. So I either have to order it there and I have to go over and pick it up, or it just takes a really long time. If people I order a lot from 123 Stitch, they deliver to Canada, but it takes me probably a month to get it. So sometimes it's just, if I want to start a project, and sometimes it's expensive to do all over dye. It's like, it's DMC is inexpensive. And it's pretty. I think it looks pretty. I'm very happy with it. I do think I might pull out the goats. I have seen, and I think it's on Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher Facebook page. People have taken out the goat up here, and along this side, I don't know if you guys can see this here. Along this side in the pattern here, you know what? I'm going to show you on the pattern. That's easier. They have the goats over here, and they have put the lollipop flowers there. Somebody recharted it, and it's super cute because I find it's not showing up great on my fabric, like the white. I thought about doing the bright white, like the B5700 or whatever it's called, but I didn't. So I can rip it out and redo it. I haven't done these goats over here. I think I'm going to do those lollipop flowers for those goats because it did look super, super cute. But I really like it. I love Plum Street samplers. They're so sweet. They're just so cute. Everything is just so cute now. That's the problem. That's why I have so many. It's all so cute. this is how I ended up with all of these WIPs. And no finishes, just WIPs. We don't finish. I have never myself fully finished anything ever. I've had things framed, like when my kids were little, I had their birth samplers, and I have some, like, I was really into Paula Vaughn in the 90s, like these big, beautiful quilted, like, I don't know if they're really samplers, just pictures, I guess. I did a few of like the Dimensions Gold ones, which are like full coverage. And those I all had professionally framed, but like, I see how everybody finishes stuff so cute and on like boards and that kind of stuff, and I've never even tried. So we'll see. I would like to. We'll see what happens. WIP number, who knows where we're at now, is Autumn Avenue by Little Stitch Girl. Super cute. And after I've said I don't really use overdyed floss, fancy floss, I did for this. I really wanted the variegation in the houses. And so this is all called for. It's on 28 count wheat Lugana is what I'm stitching this on, which I do believe is the called for, and I am using all of the called for flosses. They are stinking adorable. I love fall, and I could just live in fall forever. No hot, no snow, just fall. Fall would be beautiful. I love the variegation in the houses. I love houses just in general. I love stitching houses. They're so fun. It's just so cute. I think it's adorable. I love the fall stuff. And again, probably haven't touched it since summer of 2021. But at the same time, I got the thankful one out. So, and it's not on my WIP Go board. So it's not making an appearance, at least on WIP Go. So we'll see once, you know, August hits. That seems to be when I start. With fall is like in August, you know, maybe before. Now that I've drug everything out and I've seen everything, now I want to stitch everything. And I'm like, oh, I want to stitch this. I forgot about this. I forgot about this. And all of a sudden, that's all I want to do is stitch it all. Oh, okay. Oh, another one where I'm using like overdyed fancy flosses. I shouldn't have said I don't. I shouldn't have said I don't use those. This is Quaker Christmas 2. It is beautiful. I don't think the colors, the picture isn't fantastic, to be honest. It doesn't show up great. It doesn't even show up great in person. And I picked my own colors. So I'm using, here we go. I'm on 40 count. I think it's just white, plain old white 1/2. Oh, I've got floss everywhere. Here we go. Very messy, so messy. And I picked my own colors. I wanted very Christmassy colors. I do not know what the called for colors are for this. But I wanted white and red and green, and I am doing Grasshopper and Red Ribbon, which are both classic colorworks. Here, this is this is just not going well for me here. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this. So here we go. So beautiful. It's so, I love that like traditional look of Christmas. The bright red and the bright green, the variegation is super pretty. I love stitching with one strand. I just find it's a little bit easier. And here's my colors. There you go, right there. And I literally just picked them online. I just guessed. That's the one thing I find, like I don't pick my own colors very often because I can't see them in person unless I'm choosing a DMC. I can't really see what they look like. So I am literally just picking based off of this little tiny picture that's on whose ever website I happen to be ordering from. And I find that hard because sometimes I get it and I was like, that was not like the brightness or it's too bright so sometimes I do find that difficult. I would sort of like to be like where I could go to an LNS and say, oh yeah, like this, or oh no, that's not what I wanted. Same with fabric sometimes. Sometimes I end up with a fabric that doesn't look anything like what I thought it looked. And sometimes it's the call for. Sometimes the call for is like, oh, I don't know if I would have chosen that. I would have probably chosen something different. But you can always, I can usually find another project. I can usually find something I want to work on with whatever I have. So my next one here is Red Rhapsody, which is Rosewood Manor. Beautiful. This also was a sal. I get really behind on sals. So like I start them and then I never finish them. I believe it was Shiloh, X-Stitch MD. She was, and I don't know who she was doing the sal with. I'm sorry. And I don't, it's probably long over. I started it. I was like, I love this. I love this. I love this. And I do love it. It's beautiful. But I didn't get very far. I am stitching this. Sorry, I've got thread everywhere here. I am stitching this on 28 count, just white. Probably bought it from Hobby Lobby on one of my trips down. Beautiful. I'm stitching 1/1 on 28 count. I do like to do that. It makes it nice and tiny. I don't have a ton of wall space, and so I find that helps me be able to fit more when I can get it a little smaller. Super cute. I was doing the one red thread before bed. I think that it was a Lori Holt Sal hashtag, maybe not a Sal, a hashtag. And I tried. Oh, wait, what is my color? I chose, it called for, it was a silk. It was a silk. And I don't do silk. So I haven't tried silk yet. I shouldn't say I don't do it. I would like to do it, but again, it's expensive. So I am doing 8/16, just DMC. I just picked a nice deep red. I would like to try silk, but I don't know. Money doesn't grow on trees, which is unfortunate for all of us. Next one is Teresa Kogut, Let Love Rain. I love this. As soon as I saw this, I like instantaneously bought it. Like I didn't even hesitate. It was like in my cart. It has quite a few beautiful, beautiful patterns in it, but I really wanted it for this sampler. So let me see if I can find the actual picture without showing, obviously, everything. So here is the picture of what it's going to look like finished in a long, long time from now, because it's gigantic. I have started this twice because I originally started this on 36 count. I had bought 2 pieces of fabric at the same time and started on the 36 count and didn't realize that I had measured it for the 40 count and I ran out of room. So, and I got I got all the way to the other side before I realized. And I'm like, this doesn't look like it's going to fit. And then I redid my calculations and realized that I had used the wrong fabric. So I had ordered this at the same time as I had ordered the fabric for Fall on the Farm. And one was a 36 count and one was a 40 count. And I had planned to sort of do it like one. And yeah, so I had to restart it, which was very sad because I had gone quite a ways, like farther than I am right now. I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. It's beautiful. The fabric is beautiful. I think it's 40 count flax. Let me check. One day I'll get this, like where I'm paying attention. Let's see. It's 40 count flax. 1/1. 1/2. Sorry. Super pretty. Haven't picked it up since the summer. Really would like to get back to it. It's beautiful. Those little flowers, the border is just adorable. Like those little flowers, I love them so much. It's great. I love it. Super pretty. Using all DMC as I generally do. All DMC. And second start. So I feel like I would be so much further along on that if I hadn't had to start that again. What can you do? Alrighty. Next would be Plum Street Samplers, Cinnamon Stars. This is adorable. Again, this was one where I just saw it and instantly bought it. Like it was like no hesitation, didn't care. It's in the cart. I am stitching this on, I believe, 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. I think it was a remnant that I had from something else. Sorry, it's got a bunch of strings hanging from it because I did cut it. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. Now, I am using the DMC. It did call for, variations of Fancy Floss. Let's put it that way. And I bought 2. So I bought the roof. I don't know if you can see that. And I bought what will be the center of, let me see if I can, sorry, not very good at this. What will be this color. I bought that because it's a big chunk and I feel like the variegation was really important there. So I kind of picked and chose the ones that I wanted to do where the variegation would really make a difference. It's just so cute. I love it. I love the little stone. I love it all. It's beautiful. I can't wait to finish this one. I'm really hoping this one is somewhere on my WIP board. It hasn't been called yet, but I'm really hoping that I can get that really close to finished for the fall. It's just sweet, adorable, and not very big. So I feel like if I put some time in on it, I probably could get it done in a reasonable amount of time. goodness, this is a lot. Let's see. The next one is Blackbird Designs Christmas Rose. Beautiful. Again, I started this, this was one of the first ones I started when I got back into stitching. So I would say probably like late 2020, probably around Christmas of 2020. That's sort of when I sort of rediscovered the wide world of cross stitch. I started my Instagram and just really like dove right in, discovered Flosstube, and then it was like game over. That's all I watch. I don't think I watch TV anymore. I just watch Flosstube now. So this is where I am on here. This is on a 36 count, but I'm not sure what it is on. I just know it's on 36 count. Sorry, I have no idea. Mystery linen with the DMC. Look at that cute little house down there. It is so adorable. It is so cute. This is on my WIP board. And I'm hoping for finish. So it's the only thing that I've put on there that isn't like work on it for 5 days. When this gets called, my plan is to finish it. So hopefully it doesn't get called in December, because I never get a lot of stitching done in Christmas. Never. I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and this. Never. I never get a lot of stitching done. So I would like to get that finished. I hope it gets called sooner than later, because I would really, really like to get it finished for Christmas. I don't know how. I'm probably just going to frame it or get it framed probably. I don't know that I trust myself to frame it myself, to be honest. I would love to have that on my wall for Christmas. It's just so beautiful. It's just got that lovely, like muted, old-fashioned kind of look to it. I think it's great. And this was back when I was still trying to put things on floss drops. I have given up on that. I don't do that. No. I was all into it, and I made my own floss drops, and I put everything on floss drops, and it was, no. And then I gave up really, really quickly. I just leave them all in Ziploc bags. I'm not the most pretty with my organization. That's for sure. Nobody's going to be watching this video for pretty cross-stitch organization. Definitely. My next one was my birthday start last year. So my birthday is in September. And I love it so much. So this is Fall on the Farm. It is a 9-part series. It's by Little House Needleworks. And so I'm not going to be able to show you the whole series, but there we go. And it's, sorry, some of them are still in the plastic, so it's going to be a little glary. And you can't even see that at all. And they're out of order because I've been working on it, but they're so cute. When I saw this again, it was like a must-have, instant buy. And sorry, there was the dog again. Sorry about that. And I was just so excited to do that. I bought them all. I think I had to wait for some. I think I started buying it when everything had been released yet. So I had to wait for some of it, but I have them all now. And I am doing this on a piece of 36 count. This is also Fabric Flare, but I don't know the name. And I tried to look it up, but I have no idea. Usually it's printed somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Fabric Flare is usually really good to like print it right on usually the back side of the fabric. It'll tell you. So I had a really hard time finding, I'm just doing the DMC, but I did have a hard time finding a couple of the oranges. We went through a phase here in Ontario where getting DMC became super difficult. Like you'd go to Michael's and there would be nothing. They would be empty. Like some colors would be empty and empty for a long time. I was able to order some off of 123 Stitch. But it was really strange. So I did fall a little bit behind. It's just so cute. Look at that house. I just love that house. I love all the houses. I just want to stitch houses. So this falls on my WIP Go board, I think a few times. So I'm hoping to get a really decent amount done before my next birthday, which is September. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get that done. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You just never know. Just never know. So many things to stitch, so little time to stitch them. Alrighty. Oh look, we're like getting to the end now. We are. I've only got 2 left, so this must be 19. So these 2 that I have here are my WIP Go numbers for this month. I think it was 5 and 17. Don't quote me on that. And so the first one I have it's Little House Needleworks, and I think it's called Little House Neighborhood. Yes, so cute. This was given to me by a stitchy friend of mine. Her name is Nikki the Canuck on Instagram. She doesn't have a Flosstube. And I thought it was so sweet. She sent me this. She sent me the fabric. It's 32 count platinum Lugana, I want to say. Did I write that down? Yes, I did. She sent me everything. The floss, the fabric. She's so sweet. It was beautiful. She had made it. And, oh, wait, you're not going to be able to see the whole thing. Hang on. Let me try to fold it. And I have like working threads in all of them. So my bad, sorry. I'm very much just when I stop, I stop. I don't necessarily finish the thread. So I'm working on that second house now. It's so cute. It's just such a sweet, the little women. Can I get closer? Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Not very good at this. The bigger pieces are harder to fit. I'm just filming with my phone. And so maybe if I had like a camera, it would work better, but oh well. Not happening. So sweet, beautiful stitch, really easy pattern to follow. Like Little House Needleworks, they're great. Their patterns are they're such an easy like pattern to follow. Not everything is. Beautiful, sweet. I'm very excited to have a perfect spot. I will frame it. I will get it framed. I have a perfect spot downstairs in my living room for this. It will fit exactly perfectly. So I'm super excited to get that done. So today is April. It's Monday. It's Monday, April 10th, Easter Monday. And so I haven't done any WIP stitching yet in April. Between work and Easter and then the flood in the basement, it's been a lot. We were without power for 2 days, roughly. So that hit us Wednesday. Yes, I think it was Wednesday. And so we did have like the emergency people out on Good Friday to assess the damage. And we were just sort of waiting for people to come back, like with their insurance, and they have to demo, and then they have to do the like mold abatement to make sure mold doesn't grow. And then they have to, I don't know, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a mess for quite a long time, probably. But thankfully, we're very grateful that insurance did cover it. And we, we've lived here for a long time. We've never, ever had anything like this. Just the sheer amount of rain and freezing rain. And it was just wild. We're quite rural where we are. So we live pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And our ditches are very deep, and they were so much water. It was on the road. Like there was nowhere for it to go. And so with no power, the sump pumps didn't work. And then they couldn't keep up. Even when we got the generator going and we got the sump pump, it just couldn't. It was coming in too fast. There was nothing we could do. So unfortunately, some of our town is still without power now, which is really unfortunate. I hope we're able to get that back soon. It's been since Wednesday, so today's Monday. It's been that long. I have a girlfriend of mine who lives sort of far, far on the other side of town, and she still doesn't have power. She's thankfully has a generator, but it was a little crazy. We're not strangers to freezing rain or ice storms. Obviously we had a gigantic one in 1998 that was for weeks and weeks and weeks. But we haven't had one quite like this. This was nowhere near as bad as that, but, a lot of trees down, trees on houses, trees on cars, trees covering the road, people without power for a really, really long time. It's just strange that it was just a fluke. It was just this, we had these warnings saying we're going to have freezing rain, and everybody's like, yeah, well, we get that. It's fine. It's not that unusual to get some crazy weather in April here, for sure. Not in this part of the country. But it was, I think, a little more than everybody was expecting. We're like, oh dear. I haven't done any, sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent. I haven't done any WIP stitching yet. So I have Little House Neighborhood, and I have my last WIP to show you is the Modern Folk Embroidery Sal of 2021. Here it is. It is beautiful. When I saw this, again, Shiloh, Extra MD, she seems to be the one that gets me on these things. She did hers in this pinky purpley colors. Oh my God, it was so nice. And I really wanted to do blue. I am doing this for my mom. My mom knows about it. I don't think she watches YouTube, so she'll never know about this. But I saw that and I was like, my mother will love this. She loves birds. She'll love this. And it's just so, it's beautiful. I have never stitched like this. And I know it has a name where you stitch around the picture, and I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, I don't know. Jacob has the most beautiful patterns. And this is the only one I have because it's giant, and I started it in 2021. And I think for the first 3 months, I actually kept up with it. Like I was actually stitching one a month. So it's 12 altogether. And then it was gone. Then I was like, I could not keep up after that. But it is beautiful. And I did put it on my WIP Go board, I think twice. So I'm really hoping to be able to get, it's one of those ones that once you get into it, it goes really quickly. But I feel like every time I pick it up again, it takes me a while to like remember where I am in the pattern, if that makes any sense. Like some things I feel like you can just pick up and go. And this one is not. This one is, I do have a printout. It's a PDF. So I do have a printout. It doesn't do it justice because it's in black and white. But that's what it will look like complete. And this square in the middle here, you can choose. I think there's 4 or 5 different ones. I haven't got that far. And you can choose different homes. There's different dwellings, I think it was called. And I will probably change the date to this year's date, even though I did start it in 2021. I will probably do the date down here in 2023. It is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. I'm stitching it on 32 count, random, creamy colored linen. I have absolutely no idea. I bought it off of 123 Stitch. This is the first piece I've ever done on linen. Like, I just really jumped right in there. Like, I didn't even try something small. I'm just like, oh, I can do linen, and there I go. So it did take me a while to figure it out. But yeah, so this is my first linen piece. So this is one of my oldest WIPs from like when I kind of came back into stitching, I would say. I just love it. I could just stare at it all day. I don't even want to give it to my mom. I'll just keep it for myself. I can't do that. She'll be sad. But yeah, beautiful. And I just picked, I wanted blues, and what am I doing it on here? It's $7.98 and $7.98 and $7.99. Just, I don't know if you'll be able to see that at all, actually. I don't think it'll focus. I don't know how to make it focus. And yeah, it's great. So that's sort of my plans for the month of April. I'm going to do 5 days on it's called Fruits of Plenty. Sorry, I said it was the 2021 sale, which it was, but it's called Fruits of Plenty. And that's Jacob Designs for Modern Folk Embroidery. There we go. So I'm going to try to do 5 days on the Fruits of Plenty sale, and I'm going to try to do 5 days on Little House Neighborhood. And those are my WIP Go goals for the month. It's already the 10th. And I am away for work. This week I'm working, but I'm here in my home. And then the week after that, I work next weekend. And then that week on the Monday, I go, I'm away for the week. I'm on a conference from Monday to Friday. It's actually in our sort of next city over. So I don't actually have to fly anywhere. I can drive, which is great. And I'm kind of looking forward I'm hoping I have some stitchy time in the evenings. I don't know. I don't know how it will be. I don't have the itinerary yet, so who knows? But I'm really hoping I'm going to take, I haven't decided what I'm going to take yet. I do have a few things that are on order that I'm expecting. They are in customs right now. Sometimes that's fast. Sometimes it's not fast. I have a few starts that I am kind of itching to start. One sal, and I do have the next few months of the Stitching with the Housewives month to month. So I have those, and I ordered some Anchor Black floss because everybody has said on the Facebook group that the black Anchor covers better than the DMC, like 610, which is interesting. And I'm not sure that's true. You cannot buy Anchor floss in Canada anymore. Walmart used to carry it years ago, and I remember using it, and I remember loving it. And you can't do that anymore. It doesn't exist here. And I don't have an LNS to see. So I did place an order with 123 Stitch to see. And I ordered some fabric to start one of my, honestly, I don't remember what I ordered. So it'll be a surprise when it gets here. Because it's so long in between orders. Like it takes, from the time I order, it takes so long to get to me that I don't know. I don't know. I forget. It's always a bit of a surprise. I think I have a few different flosses I don't know if I ordered any patterns. I know I ordered fabric. Fabric is kind of hard to come by. Even on some of the, like some of the online fabric has been hard to come by. So we'll see. We'll see what comes. I'll do that. I'm hoping to do videos every 2 weeks. I don't think I stitch enough to do a weekly video, to be completely honest with you. I will have days where I don't touch anything. Sometimes I have a week where I don't touch anything. It really depends on what my work schedule is like. It depends, you know, family, what's going on, you know, if the baby has come to visit me, which I always love when my little grandson is here for a visit. So it sort of depends for me how much stitching I get done. So I'm hoping to do Mondays every other week. And so we'll see how that works out. I think that's it. I think that's everything. I don't think I have anything else to tell you. Those are all my WIPs, all 20 of them. Hopefully this ends up actually, you know, being able to be uploaded. I've never done that. I have no idea how to do that. So now that I've filmed my video, I am off to research how to actually get it onto YouTube. So hopefully that I am successful and people will actually see this video. We'll see what happens. But if you have stuck through to this very end, I really appreciate it. I have absolutely loved watching Flosstube. I think this is the most fun thing ever, especially for people like, I don't have really like in-person stitchy friends. I only have online stitchy friends. Like, I don't know anybody that still cross stitches. Certainly not to this extent where it's like, oh my goodness, we have 20 projects on the go. Like, people look at me when I tell them about my cross stitch, people look at me like I'm absolutely insane. So it has been really fun to be like, just to discover this community. And Instagram, I'm awful to post on Instagram regularly, really bad to do it, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to try to get better at it, but I'm not very good at it. I get distracted and I don't spend a lot of time on social media in general. So then I forget. But I really appreciate you guys. If you stuck by for this long, this is fantastic. Hopefully it'll work. I hope so. I don't want to refilm it, so I hope it works. And I should see you in 2 weeks. If I do not see you on Instagram before then, I hope you guys have a great couple of weeks. I hope the weather is lovely where you are and you are enjoying beautiful sunshine and not freezing rain. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.